star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Jersey Girls, Diana, Daniela, and Lindsay performing the national anthem tonight here at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Cubs, Braves, the finale of a 3-game set. It's time now to go around baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Finals on the board. The Diamondbacks beat the Rangers 2-0. Zach Gallen with 6 scoreless innings to pick up the win, his 11th of the year. And the Orioles knock off the Padres 7-5. It was the Tigers 6 and the Mets 2. Kerry Carpenter hit a 3-run home run for Detroit, his 23rd. The Nationals double up the Marlins 10-5 as Nasim Nunez hit his first 2 career home runs for Washington. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Braves, Pat, Ron. Next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini for the Gilkey Window Company. I've been talking about these windows for 25 years. The Gilkey family has been making these windows for 45 years. They make, in my opinion, the best windows and doors you could put in your home. I put them in my home. You can do the same now during their summer special. Get $375 off each window, $1,000 off their really nice patio doors with no money down. Call 888-3-GILKEY. That's 888-3-GILKEY or visit Gilkey.com.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
AARP, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the Atlanta Braves. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It has been raining off and on the last several hours in the Chicagoland area. I'm very happy to report that the rain has stopped. The umpires are having a meeting right...
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
In a Cub uniform, Santana will be the designated hitter. Dansby Swanson at short. Willie Castro batting 7th and playing center field. Matt Shaw at third base and batting 9th and doing the Cubs catching, Reese McGuire. We are all set to go overcast. Lights are on, but no rain. We're going to get going right away. Back with the first pitch right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call Four Seasons. A heating or cooling emergency? Call Four Seasons. Same-day hot water tank installation needed? Call Four Seasons. Need a whole home generator? Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. And no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays.
For all the right reasons, call it 664 Seasons.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. Exciting ball game last night, Pat. Cubs, and Palencia did his job with a 1-run lead late. Cubs really need another W here tonight.
It has been a dramatic series. The Cubs winning in 10 innings on Monday, Ron, 7-6, and then hung on to win 4-3 last night. And tonight, Cade Horton is on the mound. Cade's first pitch is in for a strike, and away we go. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting. Acuna 0 for 8. His swing has not looked like the typical Acuna cuts. He hits a chopper foul, and the count 0-2. I know he's had some pretty serious knee injury.
Yeah, and when you're battling, your legs, in your front leg, it's an issue because that's the leg you pivot on and hit against. And when your knee is not right, that is an issue, and that's been a problem for him.
0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Curveball got him. Acuna now 0 for 9 in this series. And the batter is Matt Olson. Ron, as you think about Cade Horton pitching tonight, what's on your mind?
Well, I just, fastball and pitching ahead. His fastball is very good with great movement, kind of a cutting fastball, but mid-90s at least, and a very good slider, and that's the pitch he just threw to Acuna to get the strikeout.
Tall left-handed batter, the wiry, strong Matt Olson takes outside for a ball. Lights are on. It's overcast. Here's a liner foul down the right field line, back out of play. We did have some rather frightening downpours this afternoon, early this afternoon, and then they kind of gradually tapered off. I'm very happy this game is starting on time. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. And the count 1-2 on Olson. Cubs will have the day off tomorrow. Washington is here for the weekend. Here's the 1-2 now to Olson. Poke foul out of play. Every team, Ron, has some of those stretches where you are really challenged. For example, this for the Cubs is the 17th game in 17 days.
Yep.
Yes, there was a day off, but there was also a double header involved. Remember, against Milwaukee. Here's the 1-2. Olson fouls it away. And even when you love what you do, 17 games in 17 days is a challenge.
It really is. And the other thing you got to remember, believe me, we don't forget, is you travel in those days. And travel can be an issue. And, the late nights and getting in late off the road, all those things, come into play for the guys that are on the field and for all of us, all on the traveling crew.
Pitch is outside for a ball. It's 2-2.
But every team has that.
Yeah.
That's just part of our game. And the teams that can deal with all of the issues usually end up doing very well come playoff time.
Down low to Olsen, 3-2. We had Kerry Penkowski, the executive director of the Chicago Marathon, join us last night. And a baseball season is very much a marathon. Here is the 3-2, chopper foul. And there's no joke about it.
No, none at all. We, as baseball players, the cliche is, when you talk about our game, all of us, we talk about it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The other sports, some of them, they're a sprint. Baseball, not so much. We play every day.
Here comes the payoff to Olsen. Poked foul. Quite a battle these two men are having. No score, just underway, 1 down. Cubs wearing their home whites with the blue pinstripes all over and the blue hats, numbers, sleeves, and socks. Most of the Cubs wear the white shoes. And the 3-2 down low. What a battle they had. Olsen gets the walk. Just underway, 1 away with a man at first, and the batter, Ozzie Albies.
10-pitch at bat for Olsen. Good battle between the two. Horton tried to go with that last slider down, and Olsen didn't chase it.
Game time temperature, I would put it right about at 70 degrees. Feels like about 70. Here is Ozzie Albies stepping in. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Bounces to second. Horner goes to second, 1. Swanson to first. And not in time. Cubs might challenge. It was a bang-bang play on the back end. They get the lead man Olsen at second. And let's see if the Cubs will challenge. I don't think they will. Albies runs very well.
Yeah, it's one of those balls. It's chopped right into the ground at home plate. Nico has to charge this ball, and then it's not close to second base, so the shovel to Dansby has some length to it. And the one thing you gotta love about Albies, he gives you an effort, man, and he flying down that line to prevent the double play.
2 down, a man at first. The rookie catcher, left-handed batting Drake Baldwin, takes low and inside. Baldwin 2 for 4. Played in the series opener Monday. He's got some pop with 15 home runs. And now the 1-0 pitch from Cade Horton is outside. What a job Horton has done, though, Ron. He has won 6 of his last 7 games started. Beat Colorado last weekend in his most recent game. And over 18 starts, his ERA is 2.92. That's about everything you could ask for from a rookie pitcher who joined the team at midseason.
That's right. He joined the team, did not make the team out of spring training, and not, I think more than anything, not that he didn't make the team. I think they wanted him to go to the minor leagues and continue to pitch, and that was more of the issue. But, and then he gets called up as he just spots a fastball at 97 on the outside corner for strike 1. But he just came up and he's continued to grow as a pitcher. He learned a changeup here in the big leagues. That's saying something.
Here comes the 2-1. Lifted to left, playable for Happ. Angling back, making the catch near the track, straightaway left. Cade Horton puts a 0 on the board in the first inning. Cubs coming up. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, folks.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papá was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
67 degrees officially the game time. Game time temperature brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Nico Horner will lead it off against the right-hander Bryce Elder. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Nico hitting a sturdy 290. And the thing I like about that, Ron, it has not wavered way above or way below 290 all year. Just very, very consistent.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who's got a great approach to hitting.
Line toward right center on the run. Harris makes the catch. Harris, the fleet-footed left-handed center fielder, gets a very good jump on a ball, and that's out number one.
Yeah, he can run. And Nico hits this ball right on the button. This is a line drive bullet that Harris runs down in right center field. And for Elder today, you know, the one thing about him is he's going to throw a lot of two-seamers. Everything's going down. He's kind of the old-school sinker-slider guy, and so he does a pretty good job of inducing a lot of ground balls.
Michael Busch bunting the ball foul. Haven't seen Michael lay down many bunts, but he saw Alvarez, the third baseman, Ron, playing about 50 feet off the line over where shortstop normally plays, and he thought, why not? I'll try to push it down that third base chalk line.
Well, and he's still way off the line, you know, kind of in the hole and about 4 steps from the grass. He's still not able to play the bunt if he wanted to.
Busch swings and misses.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. And the speed gun tonight is always powered by Xfinity. Get seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Busch without a hit in this series. Pitch on the way to Michael, fouled away. Bryce Elder, a big right-hander, 6'2", 220, 26 years old. His record 5-9 with a 5.85 ERA, so he's had some rough times. Check swing foul, making his 24th start of the year. Making only his second career start at Wrigley. The Cubs beat him here in a game back in August of 2023. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be just outside for a ball, 1-2. He pitched very well against the Phillies his last time out. 7 innings against a pretty good offensive team featuring Kyle Schwarber, among others. Swing and a miss, and Busch is out number 2. No score, bottom of the first. The batter, Seiya Suzuki. But the Phillies got only 1 run against him and 3 hits in 7 strong innings. So he is coming off of a very good game.
Yep. And to me, it's about locating your pitches for a guy that's not a big power guy. Although that last 4-seam fastball he cut in on Michael Busch, that was a good one. That was 94 miles an hour.
Ron, I think you mentioned this already in a way, but right-handed batters hitting better against him than lefties, which is the opposite of the way you would expect it to go.
Absolutely, and that's all about his stuff and what he's featuring. That ground ball, you know, on the 2-seamer against the lefties, he really induces, you know, the ground ball. Against the righties, that ball's coming into him. And sometimes you can get that ball elevated.
Seiya hits a one-hop bullet to short, fielded by Ha-Seong Kim, and he throws to first in time to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We go to the second inning. No score. Cubs and Braves on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the South.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
without further ado. Snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years.
Support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Cubs and Braves scoreless, top 2 at Wrigley Field. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever.
Right-handed hitter leans back on the back foot, and only the toe of his left foot is on the ground. And he hits out of a bit of a crouch. It's an unusual looking stance, but it obviously works for him. You always wonder how that originated, Ron. How did that stance become to be?
Yeah. And it's a series of trial and error of.
Here's a foul out of play, 1-2.
Of little things, make an adjustment here, make the adjustment there. Oh, this worked. Okay, let's open our stance. Let's move our hands from up to down to at the shoulder. Next thing you know, that's what you end up with.
Generally, when you have a good game with whatever stance, you'll use it again the next game.
Absolutely.
And if it still works, you've got your stance all set. Now let's worry about the swing and the rest of the components of batting. Here's a little pop fly foul off to the right. I think all of sports is that way, Ron.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I couldn't agree more. I was very much a creature of habit, and I would tinker with my setup and things like that because you always wanted, that barrel to stay in the hitting zone as long as you can.
0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Might have been a good sinking fastball. Now the scoreboard says changeup, but there was so much movement and he threw it hard. And that's out number 1 here in the second inning. No score. We're going to pass along a station ID here soon. Rich Wyatt is our engineer at the controls tonight. This is an anniversary for Rich. Fastball is outside. We congratulate him on 25 years of working at the Score. You can hear Rich applauding for himself.
Very nice, Rich. Way to go.
Here is a swing and a foul off to the left out of play. No, that is a commendable number of years in any job. In our business?
In our business, for sure.
Or any business, really.
Or anybody, yeah. Way to go, Rich.
Here comes the 1-1 to Harris, and he will take a strike.
That's awesome.
Harris 2 for 9 in the series. He's got some power, 17 homers.
Clapping for himself.
Here's a ground ball toward first. Fair ball fielded by Bush. Cubs get a break. The runner never really left the home plate area until after a couple of seconds, and it was just fair. And as soon as Bush had it, it was a simple second out of the inning. Before Ha-Seong Kim steps in, we step away. 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk in the morning on the Mully and Haw Show, 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
With former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley. Overcast, breezy night, but comfortable, 73, and dry right now. There's a ball outside, 1-1. Cubs trying to sweep all 3 in the series. Kim playing in his second game in a Braves uniform. Claimed off waivers from Tampa a couple of days ago. Swings and fouls it away, 1-2.
Kim, a very good defender at shortstop. And Atlanta hoping that, they can help him find his stroke and be a successful hitter in this league.
Inside for a ball. Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If a Cub leadoff hitter in the first inning gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. A pop-up foul, playable, caught by McGuire. Kim fouls out to the Cubs catcher. A 1-2-3 inning for Cade Horton. He hasn't given up a hit yet. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score, Cubs in.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty. This Saturday, September 6th, the Cubs take on the Nationals at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Harry Carey fan graphic tee presented by Benjamin Moore. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Pat?
The late, great Harry Carey, 53 years of big league baseball announcing. Ian Happ hits a fly ball shallow left. Long run for White, the left fielder. That's going to be a base hit. Happ takes a big turn and holds with a single. And the throw gets away, and it's a... That ball ended up on this overthrow. And no argument. So you get the base, you're going to +1. Even though on this one, Andre Brian Smith, the manager, would say, but the base he was going to was back to first. But apparently, Ron, there's no argument.
He had already rounded the bag, so they're giving him second and then back to third, or over to third. And that's just one of those plays where a young guy got excited and did. You really didn't have much of a play at first base. You're throwing the ball over 200 feet to try to get a guy out at first. That was going to be a tough one.
Cubs with a man at third, then with nobody out. Great scoring chance. Carlos Santana took a strike. Batting left-handed, he takes inside. This is his second at-bat in a Cub uniform. You know he'd love to drive in the first run of this game right now. Give Happ a single. He goes from first to third on E7. Santana looks at a ball down low, 2-1. There's something, Ron, and we've talked about this before. When you have a chance to sweep, if you can score first in that final game, I think it's a huge psychological edge.
Yep, I would agree. And, you know, you got a team that's been down a little bit in this Atlanta group this year. And the Cubs, you know, they've been playing pretty good baseball all year.
Swing and a miss by Santana, 2-2. What's the approach on 2-2 for the batter?
I think for Santana, you're just trying to put this ball in play now. He was trying to get a ball he could elevate. Now you really just want to put it in play and take your chance in driving in a run.
Santana just signed within the last few days. Lions won, glove by Olsen, holding at third is Happ, a one-hop smash. 3 unassisted on the putout. You can't hit a ball much harder, but it's out number 1, and it's up to Dansby Swanson to drive in the run.
And that's part of the problem for Elder. He gets ahead in the count, and then he makes a mistake. You know, that's a pitch to a left-hander right in Santana's wheelhouse, and he smokes this ball. You know, the one thing for Elder, though, he doesn't deuce a lot of ground balls, and that's what he got there. Great play by Olson at first.
Swanson swings and misses. Dansby has turned in some dazzling defensive work all year, but in particular, the last week has been almost unbelievable how many great plays he's made. Here comes the 0-1, and he hits a pop fly foul right side over near the stands. Olson will not have a play. So now Dansby will really concentrate on putting this ball in play.
Yeah, Ian will be going on contact here from third base, so he's going to try to get as big a jump as he can and as big a lead. Alvarez playing pretty close to the bag at third base.
All of the infielders in. The pitcher Elder works from the stretch. And now the 0-2 down low. Defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. No score, second inning. One away and a runner at third for the Cubs. And the 1-2. Inside, backs him away, 2-2.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Elder peers in for the sign. The right-hander comes set and brings it down low. Nice block by the catcher Baldwin. And the count 3-2. How aggressive are you on 3-2?
I think you got to protect the plate. You know, to me, I would be locked in on trying to get this ball up in the zone. He's a sinker ball guy. So, but you really got to put this ball in play. This would be a time where you're really trying to go back through the middle.
Fastball, strike three called on the outside corner. Dansby did not like that call. And he has a word or two with Malachi Moore. As we watch it, it looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, that's that two-seamer, the old lane changer. Starts out off the right-handed pitcher, sinker, starts off plate away, and then comes back to the outside corner. Great pitch.
So it's up to Willie Castro now with 2 outs. And Willie, switch hitter, batting left-handed, takes outside. This is one of those momentum at-bats. It looked for sure like the Cubs would get on the board, and they still might. But now there are 2 down. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. And if Elder does get out of a jam like this, that'll give him quite a bit of confidence. So this is a big at-bat right here for Castro. Let's see if Willie can come through. The 1-1. Swinging a foul out of play, left side, 1-2. Give you the uniforms of the Cubs. The Braves in their navy blue shirts with red numbers on their backs, gray trousers. Uniforms description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Low and inside for a ball. Elder wants a brand new ball. Malachi Moore hands one to the catcher, who tosses it out to the young pitcher.
I always thought when a guy threw a ball out like that in a situation like this, he was looking for a breaking pitch.
Down low for a ball, blocked by Baldwin. Something he could get a good grip on.
Yeah, something that he could spin or split. They say sinker. Now, to me, we're having a little issue with what he's throwing here, because they've put changeup on the board and it's 88 or 89, and sinker at 94. Now that one was sinker at 89. So, yeah, I thought that pitch was a changeup of some kind.
Here comes the 3-2. Fly ball to right, long run Acuna, and that's a base hit. Clutch RBI single, Willie Castro. Cubs lead 1-0. Solid line drive. I thought, Ron, considering the 2-out situation, that Acuna might try to make a dive, but it was just too far in front of him, apparently.
I thought the exact same thing. I thought he would go for this play and try to make the catch. Just a little slider down and away in the strike zone. Castro hits this ball, pulls it, but hits it off the end of the bat just a little bit. And Acuna just, he's coming off injury. He's just not quite the same guy yet. And just couldn't quite make that play. And the Cubs drive in their first run.
Ian Happ scores. Castro gets his 31st run batted in. Cubs on top, 1-0, trying to sweep this series. Matt Shaw hitting .230. Here's the throw to first, chasing Castro back. Well, you got the number 8 batter up there. Castro likes to run. He might be taking off here.
Yeah, this is the ideal if you're Matt Shaw. You got a big hole on the right side and a sinker ball. You can inside out this ball and hit the hole on the right side.
Shaw will take a strike. Castro bluffing. Castro has a bright pink running glove at first base that he wears on his left hand.
Very stylish.
Now the 1-1 to Shaw, pulled foul on the ground toward the Cub third base dugout. Beautiful Wrigley Field. Good crowd tonight. Field has been in excellent shape all year. Enjoy the green ivy. It won't be long now until you start to see the ivy change colors. And notice that driving in tonight, Ron. Some reds and oranges in trees. Here's the pitch down low.
It's amazing how quick that happens here in the Midwest. One good cold night and things start changing.
2-2 on Shaw. A run in the bank. Cubs lead 1-0. Castro running. The pitch to Shaw high. Throw to second base. He's safe at second base. So there is the stolen base. He went in head first and just did get in ahead of the tag of the second baseman Albies. And now a base hit could create another run.
Good jump by Castro at first, and it looked like he was timing Elder, and I thought he had a couple different times where he had him down. He takes off this time and beats the throw to second. Close play as we see it in our monitor.
And the 3-2. Shaw swings and misses, strike 3. A hard sinker gets him. Cubs get a run on the run-scoring single by Willie Castro. One run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuna Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, El Béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
Bosch 18-volt 2-in-1 impact driver. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Top of the third at Wrigley Field, it's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Cloudy and 65 degrees at the moment. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Eli White at the plate and Cade Horton on the mound, Pat.
All right, Zach, thank you. Eli White took a strike. Now he swings and fouls it away, and it's 0-2. Cubs getting that run in the second inning. Let's see if Cade Horton can hold on to the lead and win his 10th game. Not bad for a guy that didn't even start in the big leagues. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And I haven't seen the list of all the rookies in the league, Ron, but I've seen Cade Horton, and I like what I see, and I think he deserves some Rookie of the Year consideration.
Well, there's no doubt. You're looking at a guy since the All-Star break that's been as dominant as anybody in baseball, and probably the most dominant of any rookie for sure.
Here's a fastball outside to Nacho Alvarez Jr. Nacho hitting .238 without a home run. The 1-0 to Alvarez misses inside 2-0.
We got some guests in the booth right now from Southwest Airlines. I'll be on let's see when the playoffs end. That's when I start using the airline. Hopefully it's November, guys.
Here's a high pop fly back of second. Going out is Horner, calling in shallow right center. He's got it. That's going to be out number 2. We often mention that first half inning after your team has given you the lead, always a big inning for a pitcher. It's all about momentum and holding on to it.
And Cade is one of those guys, Pat, that to me, when you look at young pitchers, he looks like he's been in the league 10 years. He just never changes. He just gets the ball, throws strikes, attacks the hitters.
I was thinking that same thing. The way I was thinking, Ron, he's never really looked like a rookie, even in his first few games, which is very rare. Swinging a fly ball deep right center, well hit. Back goes Castro near the fence. Willie makes a running catch. Very nice play by the utility man, Willie Castro. He had to take a difficult angle near the wall after a long run and made a very nice play. 3 up, 3 down, we go to the bottom.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Best drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, signage, and painting contractors rely on FinishingChicago.com.
Reese McGuire is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com.
Cubs lead 1-0. Reese McGuire, the Cubs catcher, swings away and fouls it back. Getting back to Cade Horton, Ron. I was just talking with Zach about Cade's big league debut. He did not start the game in New York against the Mets. It was, I think, a Saturday night in May. Here's a bunt toward third. That's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be a base hit. When's the last time you saw a catcher bunt for a base hit to lead off an inning, Ron?
I'll go on record and say it's been a while. Yep, but it worked. And he pops this ball up, but see the defense with Alvarez playing kind of in a hole between short and third. The Cubs are taking advantage, or trying to, of that defensive positioning, and McGuire gets him a base hit.
Cubs lead 1-0. Nico Horner batting. But I remember Cade Horton's first game. He didn't start. Craig Counsell and Tommy Hotovy decided to let somebody else work an inning or so, and then he came in. And he did not look rattled at all. Here's a kid from the Midwest pitching in New York against the New York Mets with Juan Soto and Pete Alonso and all their stars. And he looked very cool. I think he got the win in his debut, didn't he? Here's a fastball inside, 2-0. Pretty sure the Cubs did win that game, and I thought...
Yeah, he did.
I thought Cade did get credit for the win. But even in that pressure cooker of a debut, he did not look rattled at all.
I just love, no matter what happens, he continues to attack the strike zone. That is just, it's a hard thing to teach, and it's one of those things he is, and we heard about his competitiveness. We've seen it all year long.
Nico Hoerner swings and misses.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs have a man at first, nobody out, third inning, leading 1-0. Pitch to Hoerner, dribbled right side, slowly hit. Albies has to go to first, does, to get a hustling Hoerner. And that's out number 1 on the play. McGuire advances to second, and the batter is Michael Busch.
Now a little cue shot off the bat of Nico, and Albies comes over, fields this ball, no play at second, and flips that ball to first. Nico flying down the line. Stolen bases by Cubs today. They're sponsored by Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com.
Michael Busch with an RBI opportunity. And he's taken advantage of a lot of those opportunities this year. 76 RBIs for a guy who has batted mainly leadoff.
Yeah.
Swinging a smash down the first baseline, fielded by Olson. Underhand flip to the pitcher coming over in time. Olson was in foul territory when he got rid of that toss. It's in time. Score that one 3-1. On the play, McGuire goes to third. And now let's see if Suzuki can drive in a run.
I think that ball actually hit the first base bag and kind of popped up. Kind of made that play a little easier for Olson, as the ball, usually when it hits the bag, it's never good for the fielder. But that ball popped up to Olson.
Seiya takes outside. Did you have a plan for 2 outs and a runner at third, Ron?
Well, it all depended on the pitcher. To me, when there were runners in scoring position, everything depended on how I felt about the guy that was on the mound.
The 1-0 to Seiya. In there for a strike.
If I knew him and I had real confidence that I was going to get something I could really drive, I would go ahead and have an at-bat where I would look to really do damage. If the guy is really good, or he wasn't going to give me much that I could, really put the barrel on and drive to the pull side, I would give up that at-bat as far as trying to hit the ball out of the park, maybe to the left field side as a right-handed hitter, and I would try to use the other side of the field to drive in that run. There's a lot of hits on that opposite side through the infield because of the positioning of the infielders.
The 1-2 pitch to Seiya Suzuki is low, 2-2, a runner at third, 2 down. Cubs trying to add to their 1-0 lead here in the third. Another great crowd at Wrigley. We'll get the attendance a bit later. We'll play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The 2-2. Poke foul off to the right, out of play. Cubs are off tomorrow. The Washington Nationals are here all weekend long. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. And the next offering taken down low. Milwaukee off to an early 5-0 lead over the Phillies. Milwaukee's lead is 5 games over the Cubs at the start of play tonight. Here's the stretch by Bryce Elder, the right-hander, ready and deals. Fly ball to right field, pretty well hit, but it is playable for Acuna near the track, angling over toward the corner. He makes the catch to end the inning. No runs on a hit. The Cubs leave a man at third. We go to inning number 4. Cubs 2. Check it. Cubs 1. Braves nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on The Score.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Go out now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. They're underway in Milwaukee. The Brewers a 5-run first inning. They've got a 5-0 lead over the Phillies in the top of the third. Isaac Collins a 3-run home run.
Meanwhile, here at Wrigley, Matt Olson leads off the fourth inning and fouls it away. What else you got, Zach?
Whole bunch of other games in progress. Middle 6 in Pittsburgh. Pirates lead the Dodgers 2-0. Brian Reynolds a solo shot.
Strike 2 to Olson. Go right ahead.
The Blue Jays lead the Reds 7-5. Last of the 6th inning in Cincinnati. Guardians all over the Red Sox 7-1 now after 5.
Little chopper at the plate foul.
Bottom 3 in Tampa. Rays 8. Mariners nothing. Last of the 3rd in Kansas City. No score between the Angels and Royals. The Twins have a 2-1 lead over the White Sox in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Middle 3 in St. Louis. No score between the A's and Cardinals.
Olson looks at a ball down low.
After 1 in Houston, Pat, the Yankees and Astros are scoreless. We have a bunch of finals on the board. The Nationals double up the Marlins 10-5. Nasim Nunez with his first 2 career home runs.
Olson takes high, 3-2.
The Tigers beat the Mets 6-2. Kerry Carpenter a 3-run shot for Detroit, his 23rd. The Diamondbacks a 2-0 winner over the Rangers.
Now the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Olson didn't like the call. He walks right over to Malachi Moore and offers his unsolicited opinion on that last pitch.
And Pat, the first out, brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. One other final, the Orioles beat the Padres 7-5 in San Diego.
All right, Zach, thanks for the update. Here it's 1-0 Cubs in the 4th inning. 1 away, and the batter Ozzie Albies. If you're just joining us, the Cubs got a run. Willie Castro singled to drive in Ian Happ in the 2nd inning. It's an unearned run. Happ started the inning by singling, and he went to 3rd on a throwing error by the left fielder, White. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. He swung, and he almost twisted his knee out of joint trying to check his swing. You've been there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. You're doing everything possible to stop that barrel from continuing to move forward, but you just can't quite do it.
He fooled him on another breaking ball. He went right back to the off-speed pitch, and now it's 1-2 on Albies.
Might see another one here coming up, too. He had a check swing that almost broke an ankle. You've got one that he just barely rolled over into his own dugout.
Horton coming back 1-2. Fastball a little bit high.
That just missed. 4th inning today is sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Cade Horton coming back. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled him on a low bender. Not a good swing by Albies. Out number 2. 5 strikeouts now for Cade Horton. Cubs lead 1-0, and the batter, Drake Baldwin.
Yeah, that's that kind of Foshish-looking changeup that he throws. He kind of splits the fingers and fires. It comes out looking like a fastball, and it just backs up on the hitter.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard the word Foshish on Cubs radio.
I want to enlighten your vocabulary day after day.
Now, sometimes I feel like a Bosch.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like a Foshish.
Well, yeah, I tell you, Albies is feeling pretty Foshish right now because he just got boshed.
Here comes the 1-1 to Baldwin. Line drive, diving backhand stop, and catch by Dansby Swanson. You could make a pretty long highlight reel just on the plays he's made in the last 7 or 8 games, Ron. He's been incredible.
Yeah, great first step on this line drive bullet. He lays out and makes a great diving catch to save a hit. Great
no
play.
Runs for the...
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Marinated pork tenderloin, packed with flavor, easy to cook, and perfect for any backyard cookout. Honey garlic teriyaki and savory brown sugar. There's a flavor for everyone, so put some pork on your fork. Visit simplyhatfield.com to find a retail partner near you. Hatfield, better care, better pork.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Ian Happ has scored the game's only run. He's batting here to lead off the Cubs' 4th. Hits a slow chopper to a charging Olsen at first, right near the bag. He kicks the cushion unassisted. Out number 1. Happ bounces out to first, and the batter is Carlos Santana.
Take Cubs baseball with you wherever you may go in the Chicagoland area with the Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps. Download the apps and search 670 The Score.
Cubs are off tomorrow. Washington is here for 3 straight day games, all starting at 1:20 this Friday afternoon. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. There might be some availabilities. Carlos Santana grounded out his first time. Takes inside. Elder is a quick worker. 1-1 on Santana. I noticed the Cubs have not yet announced their starting pitchers for any of the 3 games against Washington. Down low for a ball. That seems to be something that Craig Counsell just prefers to do. Let's wait. Let's see how the whole staff is and see who's ready. Maybe somebody's not. You don't have to name it in advance. There's no rule that says you have to. High fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Acuna. Backpedaling near the fence, makes the catch. towering fly ball by Carlos Santana. There's just a gentle breeze blowing out. If it was blowing another 5 miles an hour, that ball might have ended up in the seats.
Acuna in right field. He just keeps going back. I thought he had a beat on it at the beginning of the track, and he just kept going and ended up right at the wall. That ball couldn't have missed the basket by more than a foot.
2 down, nobody on. Cubs lead 1-0, fourth inning. Here's Dansby Swanson, and he hits a drive into right center. Camping underneath it is Harris, and it's out, number 3. Michael Harris II. Cubs go 1-2-3. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. After 4, Cubs 1.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
September 8th, visit your locally owned Benjamin Moore store. Terms and conditions apply.
Top of the 5th here at Wrigley Field, the finale of a 3-game set. Cubs leading the Braves 1-0. Marcell Ozuna at the plate, and he looks at a breaking ball for a strike right at the bottom of the zone from right-hander Cade Horton. Willie Castro with an RBI single in the second. Horton kicks and fires. Ozuna looks at a ball low, 1-1 the count. That was a fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. Horton works his motion and deals. Strike 2 called. Fastball right at the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Light wind blowing from left to right at the moment at the friendly confines as the lights have taken full effect. Horton whirls and deals, and Ozuna fouls it back, 1-2. You've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. I asked Pat for his guess during the break, and I'll give it right after this pitch. Here comes the 1-2. That's inside to Ozuna, 2-2 the count.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
All right, here we go. 32,123. When the Hall of Famer makes a guess, we all listen and pay attention.
Yeah, okay. I listen to this play-by-play. I'm not so sure about this guess.
Here's the 2-2. Ozuna dribbles it foul right behind the plate.
34,000.
All right, you're going 34,000. I'm going to go 33,000.
You're pretty locked in on this game. In between innings, too, folks. Very.
I'll tell you why. After this next pitch by Cade Horton. Faces home plate.
Once again, edge of my seat.
Yeah, righty-righty matchup with Ozuna at the dish. Here's the pitch. Ozuna fouls it away out of play off to the right. It's because they're
you and
probably
Rich got money on this, or what?
No, they're probably going to announce it in the next inning. So we got to get our guesses in before they actually give you the attendance. Then the game's not as fun. Here comes the 2-2. That's low. Ozuna has worked a full count. Changeup that missed. 3-2 the count. Rich, what's your guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game?
I'm going 35,000, Zach.
All right, so the guesses are in. Here comes the 3-2. Ozuna hits a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking way foul out of play. So they'll do it again. Ozuna out in front of a curve. My guess was 33,000.
Okay.
So we took care of some business there. Here comes the 3-2 to Ozuna. A bouncing ball hit softly on the left side, fielded by a charging Shaw, running through to first in time to get Ozuna one away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
That's a great slider by Horton. You know, we knew he had a great arm, and, you know, we heard about that breaking pitch, you know, when he first came to the big leagues. And, you know, I know the hitters know about it because it is a nasty slider. That's for sure.
So now the batter is Michael Harris II, left-handed hitter. The right-hander Horton works his motion and starts off Harris with a breaking ball at the top of the zone for a strike, 0-1. Shaw playing wide of third with the lefty Harris at the plate. He pulls one on the ground, foul off to the right, 0-2.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
And now Shaw moves to where a shortstop would primarily play, with Swanson up the middle just to the left of the second base bag. They're vacating third. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. 1-2. Got to figure the top two guys in the running for National League Rookie of the Year are playing tonight here at Wrigley. The 1-2. This is line to center, racing back Castro, and he backpedals to make the catch short of the track for out number 2. It looked like Castro misjudged that one early, but was able to track it down, 2 away.
Castro starts over and then not really in, but over, and then that ball was hit a little better than maybe he thought and just backpedals a few steps to make the catch.
So 2 down. Here's the shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim, who fouled out his first time up. Horton delivers. A breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1. Yeah, but Horton, one of the candidates for National League Rookie of the Year. He's been lights out on the mound. Drake Baldwin, the Braves catcher, also in the running, as Kim looks at another breaking ball for a strike at the top of the zone on the inside edge, 0-2.
Yeah, both guys doing a very nice job as rookies. I think, though, as a starting pitcher, when you look at what Horton's doing, he's 9-4 with a 2.79 ERA, and he's over 100 innings now. He's been pretty good, man.
And the 0-2 in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Since the All-Star break,
yeah,
Horton's ERA is below 1.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. And getting better. I mean, he's just continuing to get better and better.
Horton kicks and delivers. And a high fly ball, foul out of play off to the left. 1-2.
So in between innings, we got a text from our friend in San Diego. I think that's where he's at right now.
Yeah.
I know he lives there, but I'm
sure
our friend Rick Sutcliffe was giving me a hard time about my Fosh changeup, and then I sent him one, and then he never sent anything back.
Again, swings and misses, and a fastball out of the zone for strike 3.
So hello, Sut. I hope you're doing well in San Diego, buddy.
Braves without a hit through their first 5 innings. Middle 5 here at Wrigley. It's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
They rob you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Nabachuru. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. Willie Castro looks at a fastball low and outside for comes He's in there for Pete Crow-Armstrong, who essentially is going to get 3 days off before returning to the lineup Friday against the Nationals. The pitch to Shaw is in there for a strike, a slider that spins into the zone. 0-1. PCA's been struggling mightily at the plate for the last month, really, hitting under 200. The 0-1, Shaw shows bunt and bunts it foul off to the left. 0-2.
Yeah, probably a good thing. Pete gets a couple days off, and then you wrap it into an off day. For young guys, you know, he got off to such a great start. He's having an incredible year when you look at his numbers. But, you know, the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, he's had his struggles at the plate. And, you know, it's his turn now. The league kind of, you know, started making adjustments to him, and now it's his turn to figure out what his adjustment is to the league. And, you know, that is never an easy thing for a young player who hasn't played a lot of minor league baseball and gone through some of this. He's only 23 years old. You know, most guys have dealt with that in the minor leagues, and now, you know, you're learning to make these adjustments here at the big league level with, you know, guys that are the best in the world at their craft.
Shaw fouls the last pitch off the netting to the left, 0-2. Bryce Elder works his motion and deal. Shaw loops one into shallow center. It drops in for a base hit. One out single for Shaw and the Cubs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. They've got a 1-0 lead over the Braves. It'll bring up Reese McGuire, who had a bunt single his first time up.
Yeah, two-seamer running in on Shaw, and he just inside outs this ball. It's a good swing. Got his front foot down in time. Not a lot of movement with his head, and just kind of shoots that one right back where it came from. So good inside-out swing by Matty to get the one-out hit.
And McGuire digs in, throw to first. Shaw gets back. So the Cubs have activity in their bullpen, Coom. Ben Brown has started warming up. Cade Horton has not allowed a hit through the first 5 innings, but he's thrown.
I think they are trying to, the best they can, the Cubs, Tommy Hotovy and Craig Counsell, monitor how many innings and pitches Cade throws to try to keep him strong through the end of the season. And, you know, being at 75 pitches, that's, you know, probably 80 is his tops if he was out there finishing an inning. But, you know, he's there.
McGuire looks at a changeup low. 1-1 the count. Shaw at first. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. Shaw goes. The pitch is outside. The throw to second is in time. Tag applied by Kim. An excellent throw by Baldwin as Shaw is caught stealing 2-6.
Well, this pitch is up and away from McGuire, and it's almost like a pitch out as Baldwin's able to catch this ball as he's coming up and throws a strike on the inside of the second base bag. Kim does exactly what you're supposed to do. You come in, you catch this ball, and then you got to get right down there into the tag. You got to get down in there, get your nose in there, and he does exactly that and tags Shaw in his rib cage before his hand gets to the bag.
While you were talking, our good friend Sut texted us. Here comes the 2-1 to McGuire. He swings and misses. 2-2. I haven't had an opportunity to read it yet, but I don't think it's anything bad. I saw a lot of heart emojis. So
he loves me, I know.
Yeah, who doesn't? You're very affable. Here comes the 2-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Elder gets McGuire with a slider. And that ends the fifth inning. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. We head to the sixth. On the Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for great Cubs guests, mid 10 a.m. to 2. It's Rahimi and Harris on 670 The Score.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that future you can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward future you with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Fall is a time for football, falling leaves, cozy fires, and of course, a fresh haircut at Great Clips. Whether you want a whole new look for the season or just a trim on a cut you already love, the skilled stylists at your local Great Clips salon are ready to bring it to life for less. With convenient online check-in, you can stop in whenever it works for you. And with the affordable prices at Great Clips, you'll save money for fall fun too. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut. What are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut for fall at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Hey Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. It's shaping up to be an historic season. To start making history with your business in Bedford Park, visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
League leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average, hitting .324. Cal Raleigh, the home run leader, with 51. Kyle Schwarber, the RBI leader, 119. Paul Skeens, the lowest ERA in baseball, 2.05. Freddie Peralta has the most wins, 16. Pat?
Eli White will lead off this Braves sixth inning against Ben Brown. Big right-hander, delivers a little bit low for ball one. Cade Horton leaving after 5 no-hit innings of shutout ball. Pitch down low for a ball. It's 2-0.
Guess you can't do much better than that.
Yeah. He faced only one over the minimum. He walked Matt Olson, remember, with one away in the first inning. And that was the only guy that reached in 5 innings of work.
Yeah, but I know the Cubs, in talking with Craig Counsell throughout the last, week, 2 weeks maybe, about Horton, I think they really are trying to monitor how many pitches and how many innings he's throwing, and because you want him to be strong and continue to be able to pitch into October, obviously, Cubs being a playoff team.
3-1 pitch fouled back near us and out of play.
And this will be about as much pitching as a professional as he's done. So you want to, monitor his workload. That's for sure, at least the best you can.
Yeah, that's always a difficult thing for a manager to do. Here comes the 3-2, fouled away. A young guy has not given up a hit after 5 innings.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting stuff in the big leagues when you're a rookie ball player.
Historic, right? When you start talking about no hitters, absolutely.
Now the 3-2 on the way to White. Breaking ball got him swinging. The big right-hander spun up a nice breaking ball and strikes out Eli White. One away here in the 6th inning. If you're just joining us, the Cubs scored an unearned run in the 2nd inning. Ian Happ had a bloop single to left to lead off the inning. And the left fielder, White, noticed that Happ took a big turn, so he tried to throw all the way to first base and made a wild throw. The ball ended up in the first base dugout, and Happ was given 2 bases. You get 2 bases on an overthrow from the field, so he ended up at third. And a moment later, he would score on a base hit to right by Willie Castro, and that's the only run of the game. Breeze picking up now, blowing toward right. Anything in the air to right, Ron, looks like it's going to get a little bit of carry right about now.
Yeah, you hit a ball to right center. It's really going to go.
It was pretty calm and quiet in the early innings, but balls to right are going to be dangerous now. The 3-0, and it's taken inside on the corner by Nacho Alvarez Jr. Nacho popped out his first time. And the 3-1, that's high ball 4. 1 out, 1 on. Back to the top of the order for Ronald Acuna Jr. We'll take a look at a little baseball history as we move along. This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Acuna has struck out and flied to deep center. He checks and does not swing. This date in baseball history, there is a simple quote from the legendary Warren Spahn about pitching. And I would say it would be good advice. Here is a swing and a miss. Or it'd be something to learn if you're a pitcher at Little League, Pony League, Colt League, high school, minor league ball. Even some big leaguers might get something out of this, Ron. And the quote is simple, and he's a Hall of Fame left-hander, Warren Spahn. He said, hitting is timing, pitching is upsetting timing. What do you think about that?
I don't think you could say it much better than that, right?
It's very succinct, and boy, is that true. Here's the 2-1 to Acuna, swing and a miss. Acuna almost came out of those yellow shoes of his with that swing.
Good knuckle curveball from Brownie there, and Acuna was trying to hit that ball to Evanston. Didn't quite make connection.
The next offering fouled away off to the right out of play.
Pitching changes by the Cubs. They're sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs, and Brownie entering the ball game here in the 6th.
Now the set for the 2-2. Cubs lead 1-0, 6th inning. And the pitch. It's a wild pitch bouncing away from McGuire back to the screen. And down to second goes Alvarez. That's going to be a wild pitch. Before the 3-2 delivery, let's pause 10 for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago sports on the Rahimi and Harris Show. Middays 10 to 2 on WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Ben Brown delivers. Acuna swings and misses. Strike 3. Acuna remains quiet in the series. Almost hard to imagine, Ron. Acuna now 0 for 11 in the 3 games.
Yeah, and the whole key is get him through a couple more at-bats in this ball game. No big damage, and let him go do all the damage in the next city they go to. As you know, it's inevitable. He's going to hit.
The left-handed batting Olsen takes a strike.
First out. That's always presented by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Bats are not booming on either side tonight. Braves still looking for their first hit with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And Olsen swings and misses. 0-2. What's on your mind here?
Well, I think for Brownie right now, he's got pretty good feel of his knuckle curveball. We know he's got a great fastball. See if that knuckle curve down about the shoe top high would be the pitch to go to.
And now the 0-2. It's high for a ball. Olsen definitely a man with power at the plate. Takes a very nice looking swing. 21 home runs. He's driven in 77. And the 1-2 taken down low. 2-2.
McGuire just did something there to make sure that they're not giving location from the second base bag. Alvarez, he gave the target way up high, and then he threw the knuckle curveball and he wanted it down.
Strike 3 call to end the inning. Bullseye for Brown. He hit the outside corner and strikes out Olsen looking. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 1, Braves nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field. But with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. From the first pitch to extra innings, Sea Glass is your invitation to relax and recharge. As the official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sea Glass brings the refreshing flavors of California's Central Coast to wherever you are, whether it's in the stands or on the couch. So pour yourself a glass and slide into your coastal state of mind. Look for Sea Glass in the wine aisle at your local retailer. Sea Glass, official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs.
In baseball, the numbers are pretty simple. 4 bases, 3 outs, 2 teams, 1 winner. Well, my friends at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha make the numbers pretty simple, too. With the latest incentives and a great selection of new and pre-owned models, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha will knock it out of the park. And they'll never inflate their prices based on availability. Take the short drive north and visit your one-stop shop for everything Subaru, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Shop online 24/7 at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com.
There's nothing quite like local. That's why AARP is local, offering free events that can help with finances, family, and fun. Find your local event at aarp.org/il.
Nico Horner's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Top of the order, Nico Horner first up against Bryce Elder. First pitch outside. Elder not pitching a bad game at all himself. The only run is unearned. 1-0 Cubs, 6th inning. Nico takes high, 2-0.
Yeah, 1 run on 4 hits. That's getting the job done, and induced a lot of ground balls. He's pitched very well.
These two teams are going to turn around and play each other again early next week down in Dixie. A 3-game series in Atlanta on Monday starts. Horner takes a strike. And now the windup by Bryce Elder and the 2-1. Nico fouls it at the plate, 2-2.
He was looking to hit that one out of the ballpark. Got that inside 2-seamer. See what's on tap here. The 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Cubs with 1 run. That was an RBI single, as you said, Pat, by Castro. That was in the 2nd inning.
Milwaukee with a comfortable lead over the Phillies as Horner takes strike 3 call. Nico knew it. That's going to be out number 1 here in the 6th inning. 1-0 Cubs lead, and the batter Michael Busch. The Brewers got 5 in the first, 1 in the 4th, and lead the Phillies 6-0 in the 5th inning at American Family Field in Milwaukee. The difference between the Cubs and Brewers, 5 games before tonight. Cubs will have 22 games to play regular season after this one this evening.
22. Boy,
yeah, getting down to the short strokes.
Absolutely.
Chopper foul right side.
I tell you, watching Elder pitch today and making his pitches and sequence of back and forth with some changeups and some breaking pitches and that 2-seamer. Does not look like a guy 5-9 with, over a 5.5 ERA. I'll tell you that.
He's throwing strikes, working quickly, looking very confident, Ron.
Yeah, and his fastball's been outstanding today. He's got, he's throwing at 94 is where he's topped out, but the movement of his fastball has been outstanding, and the command of it. He has not thrown a lot of balls in the middle of the plate.
The 1-2, swinging a foul. I'm looking at the flags. Any fly ball to right at this moment has a chance to sail about an extra 20 or 30 feet. Especially straight away right, like right at the indentation of the wall.
That ball Santana hit that you were talking about, that's a home run now. That ball was caught right at the ivy.
Now the 1-2 from Elder. Busch hits a high pop fly left side. Alvarez, the third baseman, will make an easy grab, and that's going to be out number 2. And it brings up Seiya Suzuki. Now, tell me this, Ron. If you were playing in a game like this, you like to use the entire field. Would you make a point to yourself to try to go the other way where the wind is blowing?
Well, you can, absolutely. It really depends on the pitcher. If he's throwing me a bunch of sliders or that two-seamer away, then absolutely you look at the flags and go, I'm just going to try to play the wind and hit that ball the other way.
Suzuki has bounced out to short and flied to right. He swings and misses.
But what Elder's doing is he's throwing a two-seamer to right. He's in hard and staying inside on him, and there's another one.
So those are tough to hit the other way.
Well, and hit him with any authority. You know, now here's where he goes with that two-seamer away when he's ahead in the count.
This one dips down low, 1-2.
Yeah, he tries to throw that fastball off the plate away and come back to the outside corner at the knees. He's done that multiple times tonight for strikeouts.
This one is wide, outside 2-2. Another great crowd. We'll get the exact figure shortly, but great bleacher crowd. Lower deck almost completely filled. Just a few empties in the upper deck. Down low, 3-2.
Get at bat for Seiya here. Running it all the way to full. Meat of the order tonight, that's presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
Now the payoff pitch from Elder to Suzuki. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a breaking ball. Cubs go quickly and quietly. It's on to inning number 7. Cubs 1, Braves nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Air Cubs Radio Network.
Bet 365-365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with the joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
At Wintrust, our approach lets Cubs fans show their pride anytime, anywhere. With the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you don't just swipe, you make a statement. It's like a megaphone for your wallet, broadcasting Cubs pride with every transaction. Visit wintrust.com/Cubs to choose an eligible account and score your Cubs debit card. That's wintrust.com/Cubs. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Cubs debit card is not available at all Wintrust Community Banks charters. Member FDIC.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough-as-nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
Top 7 at Wrigley. Cubs 1, Braves nothing. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Rich Wyatt, our engineer at the controls. We move on to inning number 7. It's a nail-biter. Not much offense. Cubs got an unearned run in the first inning, or the second inning, and that's it. 1-0 Cubs. 7th inning. Ozzie Albies takes outside, ball 2. Albies switch hitter batting left-handed against Brown. Swings and lines one into right over a leaping Horner. Nico missed it by inches, timed his jump beautifully, and just missed a leaping try.
First hit of the ball game for Atlanta, and it took them into the 7th inning before they could get a knock. First base knock for them. Nico with a great effort as he leaps and just comes up short.
Albies a good base runner and occasional base stealer. Baldwin, the batter, drills one to left center on the run. There to make the catch, Castro. Getting back to first is Albies. That's out number 1. That was a hard hit ball, but the wind is going to knock down anything to the left of dead center.
Played by Castro. That ball was scorched about 360 feet.
Let's keep an eye on Albies here. You're Looking at a one-run game. He likes to run. You got a big right-hander on the mound. Marcell Ozuna batting. And he'll take low and in. That was not a big lead that Ozzie had. Ozuna has struck out and bounced out. His average is down this year, 228.
He's been banged up a little bit. Yep.
Swing and a miss. Power numbers are not what they normally are. He's got 20 home runs, 62 driven in. And now the 1-1 from Ben Brown. Look out, up and in. Two balls and a strike.
High and tight there with fastball, 96 miles an hour.
Albies now has his lead at first, being held by Bush. A little bigger lead now for Ozzie. Not going. Ozuna takes a ball, it bounces in the dirt, and down to second goes Albies on the wild pitch. McGuire blocked it, unable to pick it cleanly behind the plate. WP.
Yeah, it's a knuckle curveball. It lands out in front of home plate, so not much he can do. Tries to backhand this ball. He does block it, but it goes in behind Ozuna, and nothing you can do. Albies with great speed is going to take second base.
They count 3-1 on the dangerous Ozuna, and he will take ball 4. And that ball was almost a wild pitch as well, as it hit the dirt and bounced behind McGuire by about 10 feet. I don't think Albies saw it all that cleanly, Ron, because if he would have, he would have lit out for third, don't you think?
Yeah, that ball goes right in behind McGuire, and because of that, I think Albies gets blocked out, to your point, and I don't think he sees it. And with that walk, that'll bring out Craig Counsell.
That's going to be all for Ben Brown. Pitching changes by the Chicago Cubs. Those are always sponsored by James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs. We'll be back in a minute. Cubs lead 1-0. We're in the 7th inning on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Bottom of the 5th inning in Milwaukee. Brewers leading the Phillies 6-1. Isaac Collins with a 3-run home run. Other action, top 8. Blue Jays all over the Reds, 11-6. Addison Barger with a 2-run home run. The Guardians on top of the Red Sox, 8-1 now. Bottom of the 8th inning, Gabriel Arias with a 2-run homer. Rays lead the Mariners 9-4. They're in the middle of the 6th inning. Top 6, Angels 3, Royals 2. The Twins lead the White Sox 2-1 in the top of the 6th. Pat?
Michael Harris due up. The pitching change involving left-hander Drew Pomeranz coming in for the Cubs. He has done an excellent job, an ERA of just over 2. 2 men on, 1 away. Cubs lead by a run. Fastball is inside to Michael Harris. Time call now. There's going to be a pinch runner for Ozuna at first. And we'll identify him momentarily. Still no word on who the replacement is. Generally, those of us in the press box have to wait until he turns around so we can see the number on his back this time of year.
Yeah.
A lot of new players up.
That's exactly right.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Michael Harris. Swing and a miss.
Guys on the scoreboard doing the same thing.
Guys, it's Luke Williams who's pinch running for Ozuna at first.
So Williams will remain in as the designated hitter. 2 men on, 1 away. Cubs lead 1-0, 7th inning. Ground ball right side, glove by Bush. Go to second. There's one. No other play. They get the middleman on the 3-6 fielder's choice. Pretty good play by Bush.
Yeah, it's good play, good decision, and a good decision by Dansby. You just hold the ball. You're not going to get the guy at first on the relay throw, and he looks at third base, which is the right play, but there's no other play. You get the middle guy, and you move on to the next play.
It was an underhand feed by Bush, so he was very careful and making sure, Ron, to get one.
Yeah, that's at the end of the day. You just want to make sure you're getting outs this late in the game with a 1-run ball game.
7th inning, the tying run now 90 feet away. That's Albies. Harris, who hit that fielder's choice bouncer at first. 2 outs, Cubs lead 1-0, and the batter is Ha-Sung Kim. Kim has fouled out to the catcher and struck out. The stretch by the big left-hander. The pitch hit to deep left field. Trouble all the way back and gone. A 3-run homer by Ha-Sung Kim. And the Braves, just like that, take a 3-1 lead. Kim has always had a little pop. He's not a big man, but he hit that a long way.
Yeah, it's fastball inside to Kim, and he's obviously looking for this fastball in. He just drops the head of the bat down on it and covers it and just hits a line drive bullet into the bleachers in the left. Actually, not that bad a pitch. It was in on the inside corner, but when you're looking for it and you get that pitch, he covered it.
Braves on top now, 3-1, 7th inning. Eli White, the batter, he'll take outside. That ball was hit kind of into the wind and gone by plenty. The next offering fouled away by White down the right field side and dropping out of play.
That line drive to straight left, that's always been the spot here at Wrigley Field between the garage door and the well area. And, Billy Williams talked to me about that when I first came to the Cubs as a player and said, if you're looking for a spot, that's the spot where the ball, no matter what the wind is doing, the ball will always carry in that spot. And to your point, he hit it right into the wind, and that ball just kept going.
Billy would be an expert on that topic.
He
all
would
the games he played out in left field.
He knew exactly he knew every nook and cranny of this ballpark and how it played. He was a great source to talk to about playing here at Wrigley.
2-1, bounced up the middle. Diving stop by Swanson. From his knees, throws late to first. Almost another magnificent play by Dansby. He dove. That ball ticketed for center field. He couldn't get all the way to his feet. He got up to his knees, and on one knee made a throw that was late by about a step. But another great effort by Dansby.
Yeah, it's amazing that he gets that much on the throw after laying out the way he does. Because his glove kind of gets caught up under him a little bit, and then he rolls over on his elbow, and then you get to your knee to just try to get rid of the baseball. White runs well, beat the throw.
Infield single for White, the batter Nacho Alvarez. Alvarez has popped out and drawn a walk. White with good speed leads at first, and he's running, and the pitch low, throw to second. They'll never get him. Stole it much more on the pitcher than he did on the throw by the catcher.
Yeah, big jump by White. He goes against Pomerantz, who's a left-hander, goes on first movement from first base. When a guy does that and the pitcher kicks the leg up, you got no chance of throwing him out.
Braves leading 3-1. 2 down, 7th inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. And that's the way it is. You get the lead run. You can be a little more liberal. Take a few more chances. Why not? Alvarez waits for Pomeranz in a battle of guys whose names end in Z. Don't see that every day. 2 balls and a strike.
I have noticed, though, this 3-game series, you've really liked his name, Nacho.
Yes. He likes to chip in whenever he can. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nacho.
That's why you're a Hall of Famer.
So, you know, we talk sometimes about players and people who go by just one name.
Yeah.
Michelangelo and Cleopatra and Godzilla. And I think it'd be a great name to be called just Nacho. There's a swing and a looper and a shallow right coming in. That's a base hit. And it's going to drive in another run. The throw late by Suzuki to the plate. Scoring on the play is White. And the Braves have scored again and now lead 4-1. So immediately the stolen base gets cashed in.
Well, you know, this Atlanta team, now that they're healthy on offense, you know they're a good offensive club, and they've been a very good club for a long time. Brian Snitker, very good manager. They were just really beat up. Their pitching staff and position players at the start of the year. And you knew coming into this series they were going to score some runs. They're a good offense with some guys that can really do some damage. And, you know, this first half of the game, Horton kept them in check. And now they've done a little damage here with a 4 spot here in the 7th.
Tommy Hottovy out for a quick word with Pomeranz. Braves lead 4-1. RBI number 9 for Nacho. And he's at first with Ronald Acuna batting. Pomeranz, the big left-hander, ready and delivers. Check swing. It's low and outside for a ball. The bullpen for the Cubs overall has been really something special. It comes as a shock when they do have a bad inning. They've been so infrequent, Ron. I'm talking about bullpen guys for the Cubs struggling, but it's going to happen.
Yep, I would agree, and there's no doubt. First out in the innings brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
Acuna tonight, nothing for 3. Struck out twice and fly to the warning track in center. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball. 1-2.
Hardest working player of the game today brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. What do you think about Cade Horton for that spot? Hardest working player of the game.
He was terrific tonight again. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning. Acuna in this series, believe it or not, is 0 for 12. But the Braves score 4 and lead 4-1 here in the middle of the 7th inning. It is time for the Volvo stretch. And Taylor McGregor and Elise Menaker are all set to sing of Cubs television. And this stretch is brought to you by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life.
A 2, a 3, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for them. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Ron Coomer here for TimberTech Decks. I've owned TimberTech Decks for many, many years. It still looks brand new. Season after season, party after party. The summer months, outdoors is where we like to enjoy having company. And the TimberTech Decks have been incredible. The #1 premium composite decking brand. It looks like natural wood, but without all the costly maintenance that goes into it, you do not have to do that with TimberTech. Order free samples at TimberTech.com.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Ian Happ to lead off this inning. Ian scored the Cubs run way back in the second inning. Cubs are now trailing 4-1 as Ian swings and misses. Bryce Elder, the starter, still in the game for Atlanta. And why not? He's given up only 4 hits, and the run was unearned. Happ takes outside 1-2.
Yeah, he's at 89 pitches in the ball game, so I'm sure they're going to hope he can get through this 7th inning.
Again, the wind blowing very strongly toward right as Happ checks and takes down low. And it becomes a different game when the wind starts really whipping in a certain direction, because you can score a bundle in a hurry. The 2-2. Happ will hit a fly ball to center, playable for Harris. Routine play out number 1. Happ is gone. Carlos Santana batting.
Manager challenges and instant reviews. And all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Santana has grounded out and flied to deep right field. The Phillies are trailing Milwaukee 6-1, 6th inning in Wisconsin. Milwaukee's lead over the Cubs 5 games at the start of play tonight. Elder, a very quick worker, and he'll miss low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Santana, Carlos Santana, the newest Cub, he's the DH tonight. Designated hitters, sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, skip the rush.
Elder seeking his 6th win of the year. The right-hander coming back 1-1, and that's going to be down in the dust. Just looking at some of the notes around baseball, Ron, and notes that really make you think, how could that happen? Justin Verlander, 42 years old. Did you see how many pitches he made in his most recent start for the Giants against Baltimore? Here's the 2-1. It's in there for a strike. 121 pitches. I don't think we've seen any pitcher make that many in any game all year.
Not even close.
Let alone a 42-year-old.
Yeah.
But he picked up win number 265. I think that got him into about the 7th inning. Pop fly shallow left, coming in White. The shortstop going out, and White collides with Kim. And they're both okay. It was the left fielder who made the grab. Kim is saying, I hit a 3-run homer in the top of the inning. What are you crashing into me for?
Yeah. Well, with that wind blowing in, you know, Kim is camped under it. White does not hear him. Kim is raising his hand. I don't know if he's calling it. It doesn't look like he's calling it. And he makes this catch, and then White does slam in. The ball almost came out of the glove of Kim.
Snow cone.
Yeah.
But he did hold on. Pretty good play by Kim. 2 down, nobody on. The batter, Dansby Swanson. Swanson, nothing for 2. Cubs with only 4 hits in the game. They're going to need some more to win this one. And they might need a long ball or two.
Yeah, I would think so. You're going to need to do some damage in a hurry in this ball game.
2-0 to Swanson. He'll look at a strike. But Verlander's 121 pitch inning caught my eye, as did the note on Aroldis Chapman. Boston just signed him to another contract through next year.
Yeah.
He's 37 years old, but he's having a whale of a year. It's his career best ERA of 1.02. But here's the note that I thought, wow. He hasn't given up a hit, Ron, to the past 44 batters he's faced. Grounded to short, fielded by Kim. He will throw to first in time. At least that was the case as of a couple of days ago. But 44 batters in the big leagues. Amazing. And not a single hit. Cubs go 1-2-3. We go to inning number 8. Braves 4, Cubs on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Kate Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Since 1962, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Hey Pat, did you know Catch Des Moines has a bunch of videos and lists called The Best that highlight all the local favorites around town?
Yep, I'm looking at some right now. Best tenderloins, hidden gems, steak de Burgo, and spoiler alert, 2 of our favorites. The iCubs and State Fair made the best family fun list.
With all that stuff to do, I'm going to need to find a best place to take a nap.
Hopefully someplace soundproof to cover up your snoring.
You know what else they say in Des Moines? Only the S's are silent.
Plan your trip at CatchDesMoines.com.
Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for a greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Make smooth cuts with the Bosch Miter Saw. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Cubs down 4-1 here in the top of the 8th inning here on a beautiful night here at Wrigley. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Patrick.
Taylor Rogers, the new left-handed pitcher for the Cubs. Ron, he'll work on Matt Olson, lefty against lefty. First pitch missing for ball 1. Olson in the game walked and struck out twice. He takes outside 2-0. Cubs, the number 1 wild card team at the start of play tonight. 5 games back in the division to Milwaukee. There's the 2-0. There's a ground ball. Backhand stop by Shaw. What a play. Throws to first to get him. Unbelievable play by Matt Shaw. That might be the best play defensively we've seen young Matt Shaw make. Wow.
Yeah, this is a very tough play for a third baseman when an opposite field hit like this. The left-handed hitter hits this ball at you. One hop, the ball kicks up, and he makes a great diving catch. And then throws a strike. Excellent play by Matty Shaw at third.
1 down in the 8th inning. Ozzie Albies the batter. I remember those plays, Ron, from amateur ball. You're starting to dive, and you're right in the middle of your dive. You're almost airborne, and now you see a ball take a bad hop. It's hard to make a move when you're already airborne.
Yeah, you're kind of redirecting your glove from where you think the ball is going to be. Because what happens is that ball, if the first hop from a left-handed hitter hits the dirt, the ball hits and kicks up. But that was some play.
One down. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Braves on top 4-1.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, Pat. They're sponsored by James Harding Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Ozzie Albies batting right-handed. 1 for 3 in the game. single to start that 4-run rally back in the 7th. The big blow, a 3-run home run by Ha-Sung Kim. And the 2-1 to Albies. Popped up right side out of play. Getting back to the wild card, though, Ron, it is still a very legitimate way to get to the World Series and win the World Series. It's been proven many times. But the incentive now for the Cubs, in addition to still certainly trying to win the division, but if that doesn't happen, being the number 1 wild card would be a big deal. Deep drive to left. This is back toward the wall, and that is going to be gone for a home run. Ozzie Albies cracking his 2nd homer of the series, his 15th of the year, and the Braves now lead 5-1 here in the 8th inning.
Well, Albies not a very big guy, but a very strong guy. And he gets ahead of the bat out on this one. He's looking for the ball inside, and he hooks this ball and hits it right down the line. This ball's hit a long way down the line. Right into the wind, too, if you think about it. And that's a long home run.
Albies' 63rd run batted in. 5-1 Atlanta. And Drake Baldwin will take a strike. But getting back to the wild card and the positioning, if you are the number 1 wild card team like the Cubs are right now, and if the season ended with them as the number 1 wild card team, they would get home field advantage in the opening so-called wild card round. And it's a best-of-3 series, and even if it goes 3, you play all 3 games in your park, Wrigley Field, and that would be a huge advantage.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's you play here at Wrigley for a 3-game series with this crowd, 40,000 plus people here. It's a huge advantage. It really is.
Luke Williams bounces one foul. But again, you never give up. So many unusual and unexpected twists and turns can still take place between now and the end of the regular season. 22 games after this one. The next offering down low, 1-1. And quite frankly, the Cubs do play a lot of games that they could, and maybe you could even say should win. Here's the 1-1. Is it too dangerous to say that?
No, I don't think so.
I'm just thinking positive.
No, I agree. And I think when you look at the schedule, the Cubs have probably the easiest schedule when you just look at records of teams they're playing. So they should be able to do very well here these last 3 weeks of the season.
Washington is here over the weekend. They've had a rough year. Here's a line drive base hit down the left field line, backhanded by Happ. And it's a long single for Luke Williams. So the inning keeps on going. Braves on top 5-1 in the 8th. And the batter is Michael Harris II.
First out, that's brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. That little breaking ball ended up in the middle of the plate. Osuna smoked that ball to left, or Williams did, I should say.
Each league will have 6 postseason teams. You'll have the 3 division winners and the top 3 wild card teams. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. The top 2 teams among the division winners, they'll both get an opening round bye. The division winner with the 3rd best record will have home field and face one of the wild card teams. I think I have that right.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
And then the top wild card team will also be at home. It's an interesting format in that there's no travel.
Yeah.
3 games in the postseason. You play all 3 in one venue. The 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3, and that ends the inning. The Braves get a run on the home run by Ozzie Albies. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Braves 5, Cubs 1. This is the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Sloan has been providing restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years, and we are proud to now expand into the concourse with our brand new bottle fillers that provide clean drinking water for Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
We're gearing up for another season, and you can too at Suits 2020 in Niles. More than just suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your Chicago Cubs gear and today's special offer. Pat?
All right, Zach, Cubs are down by 4, getting late, bottom of the 8th inning. Willie Castro will lead things off. Kinley is the new pitcher for Atlanta. Tyler Kinley, as he takes over for Bryce Elder. I haven't seen any other games that Elder has pitched this year, Ron, but this might very well be the best game he's had. It would almost have to be.
He has thrown exceptionally well throughout this game.
Swing and a miss by Willie Castro.
Two-seamer was very good for him and great command of it. You know, a lot of times if you see a guy that's a sinker slider guy, he's having trouble because his ball moves quite a bit, but he's having a hard time keeping it out of the middle of the plate. He didn't have that problem tonight. He was on both sides of the plate, down, produced a lot of ground balls, a lot of routine outs.
The 0-2 from Kinley to Castro. And he will take right down the middle for strike 3 called. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see how we did in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Looks like I was a little bit closer tonight. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Please stay tuned for, speaking of Binny's, the Toast of the Game ball player. Binny's Beverage Depot, they sponsor that as well. That's coming up in the 9th inning. Ron Coomer makes that selection each game. Zach Zaidman's Verizon postgame show right after the ball game. Here comes the 1-0 pitch on the way to Matt Shaw. Swing and a foul back.
Big swing by Matty on that hanging slider. Just didn't quite get on top of it. Catch of the game tonight. That's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover the weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. And how about all the plays that Dansby has made at shortstop? What do you think of that as the catch of the game?
I like that. Here comes the 1-1 now to Matt Shaw. Drilled foul deep to left and back out of play. Thinking about Zach preparing the Verizon postgame show. For some reason, I flashed on the early days working in minor league ball, Ron, where I was the only announcer and I was the engineer and I was the color man and everything. It's a one-man show.
Yeah.
And you would try to send a message down to the dugout regarding a postgame interview. here is a pitch high and inside for a ball. And you have to get somebody in the press box to run down, hey, you want to join Pat on the post-game show? I mean, it was really kind of, that's the only way you could do it. But one game we were in Albuquerque at old Duke Stadium, and you must have had some good games there.
I did. Played many a game there.
Great hitting park.
Yeah.
And Tom Paciorek was playing for the San Jose Missions, the team I was covering. Here's a swing and a foul
Great
back.
guy, Tommy.
And I sent word. He had like 5 RBIs and a game-winning double or whatever. And I didn't think he'd be able to make it, but sure enough, he comes running up the steps, full uniform,
there you go.
and joins me in the press box.
Yeah.
And you don't forget things like that.
No, Tommy, one of the all-time great guys and a great player, very good hitter in the big leagues, but a great broadcaster, too, for a long time on the south side.
Swing and a miss by Shaw, out number 2. But just running on the concrete in your spikes is not a pleasant activity.
No,
you know that.
Yeah, it's not.
And then going upstairs doing it?
With the fans there and everything.
Oh, yeah, they're all looking at him.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Nice game, Tom. Reese McGuire batting, 2 down, nobody on. The Pacific Coast League, 1978.
ECL.
San Jose was the top farm club of the Seattle Mariners. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way. It's taken high.
Tough play of the game tonight. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. How about the great play by Matt Shaw an inning ago on that diving catch?
Sure.
That's about as tough a play as you're going to get.
Here's the 1-1 to Reese McGuire. He hits a high pop fly. Left side of the infield. The third baseman Alvarez dancing underneath it. Makes the catch. And we go to the 9th inning. Braves on top, 5-1. Back with more after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
One of the best ways to lower the carbon footprint of your business, manufacturing, or industrial facility is with mechanical insulation. Let the Heat and Frost Insulators and Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors perform an energy assessment on your facilities. With a simple energy assessment, they'll show you ways to save money and make your facilities greener. Mechanical insulation creates efficiency and saves money. It often pays for itself in less than a year with energy savings. For a list of skilled Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Being pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was me. But my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician at Northwestern Memorial Hospital created the safest chemotherapy plan, so I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News & World Report, Robin's team collaborated to deliver a healthy baby and mother, performing a C-section, then cancer removal the same day. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the top of the 9th at Wrigley. Braves 5, Cubs 1. The 9th inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Pat?
All right, Zach, 9th inning. Ha-Sung Kim has the big blow of the game, a 3-run homer back in the 7th. Cubs led the game 1-0 at that time, and after Kim's home run, the Braves have led ever since, and right now it is 5-1 9th inning. Atlanta trying to get out of here with a win in the series. Cubs won the first 2. Phillies trying to come back in Milwaukee. It is 6-3 Brewers, 7th inning score. But with that Philly offense, though, they're never really out of a game.
Isn't that the truth? You can bang the baseball.
Kim waiting for Porter Hodge, and a breaking ball is in there for a strike, 2-2. We're talking about Tom Paciorek, longtime White Sox broadcaster and ball player. 1990 on this date, Bobby Thigpen of the Sox set a major league record with his 47th save.
How about that?
As the White Sox beat the Royals.
Another really good guy. Biggie, he could pitch.
Fly ball to left, shallow and playable for Happ. He's dancing under the wind and makes the catch. And that's out number 1. 5-1 Atlanta, 9th inning. The White Sox reliever Thigpen, 47 saves on this date. He broke Yankee Dave Righetti's mark, which had been established back in 1986. That's when the closer became a one-inning gig. And I think Righetti in New York became one of the first guys to do it. Dennis Eckersley, also pitching for Tony La Russa, did it both in Oakland and then elsewhere. Here comes the 1-1. Line drive caught by the second baseman Horner. Sharply hit ball, but it's out number 2. But I think it was it Lou Piniella managing Righetti back in the 80s for the Yanks, and that became a one-inning assignment for the closer. And it's pretty much been a one-inning job ever since.
Yeah, it really has.
Right?
Yep.
Some teams have more than one guy that can save a game. Most teams, though, have one guy and they say, you're the man. You're the closer for the time being. Everything in professional sports is temporary. Some more temporary than others. If a guy is a closer for one team for more than about 5 years, that's pretty noteworthy.
It really is.
Right?
There's no doubt about it. Yep.
A lot of stress. I think there's a lot of wear and tear on your arm doing that job.
Well, you're always in a high leverage situation, night after night after night. So it's always max effort. Everything is on the line. Every pitch you throw.
Especially, Ron, if you play on a good team, a winning team that piles up a lot of wins. The more wins, the more save opportunities.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Cubs pitching changes, sponsored by James Harding Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
There was a no-hitter on this date in 2001. It was on Labor Day. Now, I'm going to give you the info. See if you can tell me the name of the guy. He was a St. Louis pitcher, making only his 11th big league start, and he no-hit the Padres on this date in 2001. We'll think about it, and we'll get it when we come back in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nice inning by Hodge, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Braves 5, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi and Harris, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on the Score.
Is your business's pavement showing signs of wear and tear? Patriot Pavement Maintenance specializes in simplifying pavement maintenance and construction for industrial, commercial, and educational clients throughout Illinois. Based in Wheeling with over 30 years of experience, they provide asphalt paving, seal coating, concrete repair, and non-toxic solutions to protect and enhance your surfaces. Call 847-813-9034 or visit patriotpavement.net for a proposal. Patriot Pavement Maintenance. Pavement maintenance and construction made simple. Patriot Pavement.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, The oldest brewery in America. Official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, PA. Hey, baseball fans. Now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on a network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools, patio sets, and more. The clearance event, only at American Sale. Bring the fun home.
Cubs batting in the bottom of the ninth inning. Let's see if they can make a little noise. They trail 5-1. Raisel Iglesias, former Reds closer. He's also worked, I believe, for other teams in that capacity, maybe Arizona for a while. Iglesias, the Braves closer. He's got a 3.81 ERA. Big right-hander goes to work on Nico Horner, who taps it foul. Let's pause 10 seconds right here for Station ID on the Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Your headquarters for Cubs Talk, it's the Mullen Haw Show, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
The 0-1 from Iglesias, swing and a dribbler foul. Getting back to the question, Ron, 24 years ago tonight, Labor Day of 2001, in his 11th start, this Cardinal pitcher no-hit the Padres. I don't know if you would have faced him. You might have. You could have faced him, sure. You could have. In fact, I bet you did. Here's a ground ball to second base. Albies will throw out a hustling Horner, and that's out number one.
It's
I'll give you a little hint. I'm pretty sure he was a left-hander.
Okay.
And he did not have a long, distinguished big league career. And it almost sounds like an assumed name.
Okay. I've got nothing.
You got nothing?
No.
Remember the name Bud Smith?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever face him?
I don't think so.
Swinging a fly ball foul by Bush down the left field line, back out of play. But that would have been the era in which you were a big league ball player.
I was playing here for the Cubs.
Yes, you were.
Opponent's pitching change is sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner in the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water.
Fly ball to center, a knuckling drive caught by Harris, and that's out number two. And all of a sudden, the Cubs are down to their last chance. You were talking about Billy Williams earlier. 1970, Billy of the Cubs asked to be out of the lineup, snapping his National League record of 1,117 consecutive games played. No National Leaguer had ever played that many straight.
No.
Whistler. 2 down, ninth inning, 5-1 Atlanta. Here's a swing and a foul out of play.
Try this again. Opponent's pitching change sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner in the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com.
Fastball away. One final note, 1901. You won't see this anytime soon again. Baltimore Orioles pitcher Joe McGinnity hurled 2 complete games in one day against the Milwaukee Brewers, 10-0, and then losing 6-1.
Imagine that, and losing game 2.
I would think he slept very well that night.
How do you think that arm felt about, 6th inning of game 2?
He may have needed a beverage or two after it was over. Here comes the 1-2 to Seiya Suzuki. And it's taken low and away. His nickname, I remember reading about him, Iron Man, Joe McGinnity.
What that would look like today.
Jumper foul toward third.
How many pitches did you throw today? Oh, about 350. Don't mind me. Yeah.
Okay, you get today off.
Yeah.
How about tomorrow? Can you go again?
I could if I get out of bed.
Down low in the count, 3-2. Dodgers, 1957, played their last game in Jersey City. They would leave Brooklyn after that season and become the Los Angeles Dodgers. They played some games in Jersey City. Outside, that's going to be ball 4 to Seiya Suzuki. Ian Happ coming up, 2 down, 9th inning, 5-1 Atlanta. No game tomorrow. The Cubs against Washington on Friday afternoon at 1:20. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. All 3 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1:20 matinees. Running and taking second uncontested is Seiya Suzuki. As Happ takes ball 1. Happ scored the Cubs' only run way back in the second inning. He drives one foul, and it's 1-1. Who do you like for the toast of the game, Ron?
Well, I think it's a pretty easy decision. Cade Horton really threw the ball well. 6 punch-outs, 5 innings, and no hits in his start today. He did his job exceptionally well. 75 pitches, and they got him out of there. But a great job by Cade once again to not give up a run and not give up a hit the first 5 innings. So great job by Cade.
Another big step forward for him. Good call, Ron. Outside, 3-1 on Happ. Walks to Cubs batters, by the way, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Remember, a walk is free. A DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Pitch to Happ, fouled away, 3-2.
And the toast of the game ball player is brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot.
If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now the payoff pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 4. Happ gets a base on balls. And now the Cubs are 1 base runner from getting the tying run to the plate. If Carlos Santana can get on, Dansby Swanson would represent the tying tally.
Wind blowing out hard to right field. Has been probably the last 3 innings.
Let's see if Santana can get into the hit column. He almost homered back in the 4th inning. A warning track fly ball. Please stay tuned for Zach's Verizon postgame show. Here comes the 1-0 from Iglesias. Swing and a smash, foul past first.
Boy, Santana hammered that ball down the right field line, just foul.
Cubs have only 4 hits in the game. They're going to need some more to win. Now the 1-1. Santana takes down low. Still several thousand. I'd say almost half the crowd has remained, or maybe a third. Always enthusiastic. Runners lead, first and second. The pitch to Santana, high strike. Top of the zone, 2-2. Santana thought it was upstairs. Let's look. Oh, looked good.
Four-seamer right at the top of the zone.
And the next pitch inside. It's 3-2.
Boy, this will get very interesting if Santana can get on base.
These fans never give up. The 3-2. Check swing, strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. Santana called out on strikes, and the Atlanta Braves win by a score of 5-1. We'll be back with the totals right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Future You is using their Rapid Rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to present you signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
When you're injured in a car crash, you need your lawyer to play offense. Insurance companies love to run out the clock while you're stuck with medical bills, lost wages, and severe injury. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't tempt fates. Pick up the phone and call